Hospital Porter's Pride and Dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome to Hapanwo TV. I'm back, yes. I'm back from contacting the desert. I've actually been back for 2 days now trying to readjust to the so-called real world, which is never easy. Now, some of you, during the video, during contacting the desert, you'll know that it's one point Terry Joyce suggested that I mirror the live streams we were doing on my own channel, and she suggested we could even do like a double stream. I could stream on my channel. Now, I wasn't willing to do that because I don't think my laptop would have worked very properly, and there's some malware on there, I think, which might have jeopardized my account. I'm going to clean it up as soon as I can, but I did say I would upload the recordings of the live stream to my own channel. This is what I'm doing now. Now, first of all, I should apologize to you all, because apparently I worried a few of you, because after contacting the desert, which ended on Monday, last Monday, and this year, a week ago today, everyone was all coming home, and I didn't come home, and everyone thought, "Oh, where's Ben gone? Why hasn't he come home? Is he all right?" Now, you see, okay, because normally I'd be in touch. Now, the reason is, and of course I didn't come home because I was going to go and see Terry and visit her and continue the video a bit longer. But Terry and I agreed to keep that a secret, to make it a bit of a surprise. So I didn't tell any of you, and I didn't even mention it on the video until I was actually going. So sorry if I scared some of you. I mean, I was absolutely fine. I was absolutely fine, as you can see. But I did want to make it a little surprise for you all, which is what I sometimes do. So that's why I was a little bit cagey, which is why I didn't get back until you didn't hear from me until Saturday. So nearly a week after contact ended. Now, a few updates. There's been some updates actually since the video was come about, has appeared. Somebody has actually believes they have found that Gareth does have a grave, and they believe they found it. I'm currently investigating that. It's a completely different cemetery. So what I'm going to do, if I want to visit Gareth's grave, I'm going to have to go back to LA and do that again, which I'll do as soon as time and money allows. Probably, I don't know, it may have to be the next contact or the next time I go to the US. It all depends on how soon I can get the money together, etc., etc. But I am determined to return, and I will go and visit Gareth's grave. At the moment, funnily enough, just after I left, there was like riots broke out. This happened with Bill Hicks, if you remember. Oh God, did I leave a cigarette burning? That kind of thing. This is caused by ICE agents who are they are cracking down on alleged illegal immigrants, and this has sparked this riot, and etc., etc. So it's actually this was not going on when I was there, but it has actually broken out literally the day after I left. But this person has sent me a picture. There's a website reference to what a grave of somebody with the same name and roughly the same age group as the Gareth I know. And if it is in fact the Gareth I know, I was looking in the wrong place. In fact, I should have used this website. I should have used the website. But anyway, I think Gareth, wherever he is now, will understand that it's the thought that counts. It's the effort that counts. I think that's what he really. I think that's what he meant to do, and I think that's what he would understand what I meant to do, and I think that's what it would mean to him. This isn't the first time, I've actually been on a mission to seek something, and I failed the first time and have to go back again. If you remember the Nottinghamshire Roswell. So that's what I'll be doing. Anyway, as soon as I can. Now, there's been another update. Now, there was an event at Contacts in the Desert. I won't show it to you, but it's the Telepathy tapes live. Now, the Telepathy tapes. This is something that's come out quite recently. It's a podcast produced by someone called Kai Dickens that actually explores the strange phenomenon of autistic children and what they can do. So it deals with severely autistic people who actually cannot even speak and cannot communicate at all with anyone in the outside world. But using this, what you might call this telepathic method from a psychic, there can be an element of communication between the child or the person and people who want to speak to them via this medium, in the same way you might contact a spirit of the dead. Now, during Contacts in the Desert, there was actually a live demonstration of this in the Atlantis Ballroom, if I recall, and it was very popular. Now, as you know, the Contacts in the Desert organizers insisted that we did not film any of the events in terms of the features, and I didn't. I honoured that wish, but someone didn't. Someone actually secretly filmed the telepathy tapes demonstration live at Contacts in the Desert, and it's been leaked online, which I cannot support because I think it's a violation of the conditions of appearing there. I mean, I did honour the request of the organisers, and everyone else should have done as well. But I'm not going to actually provide any links or anything like that, but it has been discussed on several UFO-themed channels, shall we say. So that has actually happened. So I have watched it, though, with interest. I actually missed the actual demonstration. But I must admit, I've watched it with interest, this particular leak. But I don't think it should have been done. Now, what's interesting, it's like a live experiment on stage, which doesn't count as a laboratory, I know, but it's still very, very enthralling. Now we come on to the main feature, which is the first live stream that Terry and I did together, where we discussed certain things, such as artificial intelligence, strange jokes we make about people's towns in our countries, and also the UFO conference scene. So I hope you enjoy it. I have uploaded. I will be adding the main feature to this particular video without altering it at all. So even though I've added this intro session, the actual main feature is included without any edits at all. It's completely as it appears in its original, and you can find it actually on Terry Joyce's Twitter page and also her YouTube channel. I'll put links to those in the description box. So hope you enjoy it.
Oh. Hi. I'm gonna make some breakfast. I have a friend coming over. I have a surprise for you. I mean, a really big surprise. You're not gonna expect this. So just hang out. And okay, so I'm making potatoes. Yeah? It's a little, I don't know, what time is it? It's almost noon, so it's not necessarily brunch, so I guess I will say it is brunch, it's not necessarily breakfast. It's more going to be like a big brunch because, I have a surprise, and this is a surprise show. So I'm streaming off of my cell phone because you're going to see more than one person here. And I want to show my living room and everything because, I have a surprise guest, right? I don't want to give it away, but this person we've done shows together, but we've never met, we've never been in the same room together. And so, hi, Charles. Hi, Pootie Twang. Nice to see you. So, I have my computer over here. Just give me a second. I'm going to step out of the frame for just a minute, and I'll be back. But talk amongst yourselves. Oh, wait. How did the music stop? Weird. The ghost must have shut it down. Like it just almost like shut down for just a second. Wait, what's going on? How do I have another sound in here? I'm having a very glitchy, weird day in terms of electronics. So anyway, this is my famous, like it used to be the Not My Rabbit Hole song, but now I've created a new Not My Rabbit Hole theme song, which I should probably just like play for you anyways. So I should probably get on with the breakfast as well. But here we go. Here's the classic used to be Not My Rabbit Hole song. Wait. Why is it being so weird? I don't know. It's weird. So bizarre. I almost gave it away because the person that it's gonna be here soon was like standing right there. Did you know that? Did you see that? Did you go, oh, who could it be? Who could it be? It's okay now. My guest. Wow, it's so trippy. Bacon and eggs. So if you're a vegetarian, don't watch. I don't want to be offensive. And potatoes. What? Oh my God. Maybe they're having technical difficulties on their website. I mean, I'd love to like recommend them, but you know, if something is like definitely off, you know. Now my guest is tall. Like I have too much headroom here, but I've got to like, because I'm a lot shorter actually, so. And they say, like, once you get older, you get even shorter, which kind of, like, frightens me a little bit. All right, so. Pootie twang! And then there's also, I have no idea what that word is. Google it. Thank you. Welcome. All right, so, how long have I been going for? 6 minutes! Okay, we're gonna give this a rest here. Okay, goodbye. Maybe it has to do with this because I was playing it through the Bluetooth. I don't know. Let's just turn that off for a moment. All right, so, So my guest has been on Not My Rabbit Hole, off and on for like maybe like, I don't know, like a couple years or so. And so I can flip the camera around actually. So, he's been, and so he's not from the United States, all right? He went to Contact in the Desert. He's a published author. He has been on UFOlogy, okay? And he has been on Not My Rabbit Hole. We did 2 interviews. Well, I did one for him. He did one for me. We shared it both on our channels. We're like OG UFO people on YouTube. I kind of messed my hair up right now. All right, so I want to like welcome to the show Ben Emlyn Jones.
Hello, welcome. Is it showing me now?
Yes.
Is it showing right? Hello, everyone. Yeah. But all of you know me. I'm sure you've seen me. I've been on Terry's channel many, many times. But this is let's be the frame together. Let's put.
Okay, like I turn this around.
Okay. Now, it's a bit. Yeah, you could just see us together in the frame. Now, as you know, I've been on the show many times with Terry before, but this time we're on the same channel. So we're on the same we're in the same room.
Right.
That's never happened before, has it?
Right, no, it's never
great. Oh, people, so welcome to all you people, Angela and Maxwell and Paul and Harlem. Thank you very much for joining us. And it's really, really good to be on the Terry the Joyce channel together with our wonderful hostess, Terry Joyce.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, as you said, I've been in contact in the desert.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the other things I'm doing because it's not far from here. So I thought I've got to come and visit Terry as well. So that's what I'm doing here. I decided to come to visit Terry.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's a real treat. You know, we've been filming each other. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so we can sit down. I made him some coffee. So you know, here.
Thanks, yes.
Right. Did you say, like, in America, like, you like to drink it's like coffee? And because I said, well, you know, he's English. I thought, you know, maybe he might want tea, right? And then he says, oh no, you know, he says, when I'm here, I have coffee.
Yeah. Always, British can't do coffee. Americans can't do tea. British people can't do coffee. So yeah, I always have coffee when I'm in the States. Definitely.
So yeah.
I don't know this mug here.
Okay, here.
UAPPD, it's a group of ex-police officers who are now researching aliens, Bigfoot, as you can see, ghosts and UFOs. So this is a little something I've got from the Contacts in the Desert conference where the law enforcement meets the unknown. It's run by a lovely couple, Marianne, and I can't remember what her husband's name is, but I met them at the Contact in the Desert and I got talking and I got this mug. It's really cool, isn't it? I thought this would look good in Terry's kitchen.
Yeah. So when you know, he came in on the Greyhound, and we're getting hearts on that. So I think what I'll do is just sort of set this on the table here.
We're sort of the same level there,
and
aren't we?
kind of like be like the same level. I don't know if you're in the shot there.
I am now. Yes, I am now.
Okay, so let's. Excuse me. Let's go on the couch.
Right. I think we might be a bit below it now. We might.
No, yeah, we got to bring it down. We got to bring it down like to here. So and talk. We got to talk. I guess we have to like.
Yeah.
You know what? At first, I was gonna do the horizontal because there's a horizontal option to the stream, and this is not going to be our only stream. Like we're just kind of starting out right now.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do others.
He's come to lovely Fresno, right? Of all places to like come from the UK, would be to, you know, come to Fresno, California.
All those people who say Terry's got no friends. Well, one guy travelled 6,000 miles to see her. Now, if that's not a friend, then what is?
Thank you. Yeah, I have friends. I do have friends. Let me get you in the shot a little bit more here.
We have to go in portrait mode because unfortunately, there was a bit.
Right. Yeah. I tried. I mean, like again, I tried like a couple times, and I'm like, no, how come I can't see my stream? And then like, I reboot my phone again. It's like we're starving because you know I feel like, well, you know I go, hey. Well, first of all, let's say I picked him up. We both had our cameras. I had my DJ Osmos Pocket, and he had, what's your camera?
It's a Sony Handycam. I just use it. This is what I use for Hapanmo TV. For those of you who watch me on my own channel, I think a lot of you do. My Hapanmo TV camera is something very simple. It just slips in my pocket. But it's the most convenient thing when I'm traveling and going long distance, and I have to put things in my pocket and things like that, and carry things on planes.
And let me get my camera. Let me go ahead. Talk.
I want, hello to everyone. It's there's C and Ryder, and Misty says UK covers many countries. Well, some of us do, some of us do. And Jana, hey, how you doing? Hello, Jana. I know Jana. A man eats pants. That's an interesting name. Man eats pants. Hello, Angela. How are you? Yeah, subscribe to her Panmo TV if you haven't done it already. Ben the JR Porter. You'll know. I'm sure you'll know it because you know you'll. Hi, Jana. It's good to see you, Jana. Yeah, I've been on shows with Jana before, so I know Jana. And did you say Charles was there? Are you there, Charles? Not the Charles, are you?
I don't think that's the. It's not the Charles. The Charles. And this is my camera. I'm sorry. It's a DJ Osmos Pocket 3 camera, and so then I can put it like on me or whatever. But it looks like that. When you use it, this is like the extra battery that comes with it. So I was filming him with this, and then he was filming with his. And I am working to like be able to live stream off of this. And I think that for a moment I was wondering if that's why this was glitchy. But it takes like 24 to 48 hours for them to approve this device to be able to live stream. But it takes really beautiful shots.
Yeah. And Terry did capture the moment I arrived. I stepped off the coach and I was like, I got the Greyhound coach from Los Angeles after I got back from Indian Wells. And yeah, it was a long journey and I was thirsty and tired, but I got off the coach and Terry was standing there filming me climbing down the steps.
Yeah,
so it was a wonderful welcome to... It was a wonderful welcome to Fresno for me. It really, really was. And wonderful to meet someone I've known online for so long and I've never met, and who lives so far away from me. That finally we get to meet, which is really, really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, and then we went to there's this Mexican restaurant called Tipsy's, and it's in Fresno. It's in the area that we call the Tower District, and it's kind of an artsy area that you can go to. Has this old. I was telling Ben that I was bummed out that the lights weren't on it, but it's called the Tower Theater, and I was giving the history of like the Tower Theater and how the Tower Theater had a big controversy because there was a Christian church that wanted to buy it, and then Ellen DeGeneres and Sarah Silverman and a bunch of other people got in a big argument, and they no, we're gonna buy it. And I mean, it's a historical Fresno place. And I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to drop me off there, and they used to have like Saturdays for like kids films. And then I would just like watch all these, films. And across the street was the dinner theater, Roger Rocky's Good Company Players, that I used to perform at when I was 16 years old. So I would have...
We haven't had a look at it. It was shut, unfortunately. We did go and have a look at these places.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were closed, but we saw the outside of them, didn't we?
But we went to a place called Tipsy's and had wings.
Yeah, we had that strange glass of tomato juice and beer. And
right.
What's it called?
It's called a chilada, and you didn't really like it.
I thought it was all right.
It was like pretty spicy.
It wasn't my kind of. It's not something I thought I have to try it, because when in Fresno do as the Fresnoans do.
That's not necessarily.
But,
that's not necessarily how the Fresnoans
It's Mexican,
do.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's Mexican. It's a Mexican drink. I like it because I'm a Mexican. Okay, and I wanted, because I asked him, I go, it's a little spicy. It had like salt around the this spicy salt, and the cauliflower was a bit sour, wasn't it? I mean, it really was. It had I like a drink that has vegetables.
It was like the opening. It was like the title shots of Blackadder 2, with the carrot and the tomato things in the beer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool, and I thought, and of course it is sort of local, because as anyone who's been to California knows, there's California, then there's Mexico, but really there's a big blend. There's a continuum of people. If you go to Los Angeles, nearly everyone speaks Spanish. I mean, I went around, I was the only person on the street who couldn't speak Spanish, I think. So yeah, it is a kind of local thing, and I thought I had to try it. It's not bad. It wasn't disgusting. It's just it's not what I would choose as my favourite tipple, but at least I've tried it. I've tried this weird blend of iced tomato juice, salt, cauliflowers, and olives. It's something I've never had before, so it was an experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was not everybody puts like the olives and everything like that. I mean, you can buy, like, they sell beers here. Like Budweiser has a chelada, Modelo has a chelada, whatever. And so you can buy the beer that way if you want to. So, hey, there's quite a few people watching. There's 30 people tuned in right now.
Hello.
Yeah.
There's a Russian guy, Irdian. I'm not sure what that is. My Russian's really, really rusty since I started. Hello, Susie. How are you? What a treat to see us both together. Thanks, Susie. And and Pootie Twang. Hello. We got trolls. Oh dear. We always have bloody trolls, don't we?
Is somebody trolling? Oh, you know what? I just let it go. I mean.
Hello, Misty.
Yeah, I can't even, really, I should get my little cheater glasses to be able to, read really efficiently. The good thing is when your eyesight, is not as good, you need cheater glasses to, see the little small thing going up here. You don't pay attention to the trolls. You're just like, whatever, I can't see what you're saying, so we'll just move on.
Misty asked a good question. She asked, why didn't I fly from LA to Fresno?
Uh-huh.
That's a good question.
primarily it's much cheaper to go by coach, and you get to see a bit of the countryside. I went past through all these lovely areas. It's reminded me of the film Duel, Steven Spielberg's first movie. And I think it was filmed down there, apparently. And we were going down these roads, and there was these big hills. It was just like that movie. I was expecting some great big dirty grey lorry to come out of a siding and go, you know. And then we went past these farm fields, and there was vineyards, and there was like plum trees, and loads and loads of farmland. It was really nice. And so it was actually, I mean, it was only $40 odd, as opposed to like 170 or whatever it is on the plane.
But the Greyhound is an experience.
Yeah.
Trust me. Here, I've got and now I look like Bruce Valanche. Somebody said that to me when I was doing the James Casbolt. Well, I didn't acknowledge it, but it was like, well, like it's like for Bruce Valanche. I'm like, oh, come on, but it is. It's like, no, and then I thought about like what demographic knows who Bruce Valanche even is, because when you question Generation Z, hey, did you know some guy named Bruce Valanche? They'd be like, who, whatever. So whoever is saying that to me is some old fuck, right? I mean, like this is put it that way. But. So I wanted to so the Greyhound is not the best experience. Matter of fact, I used to hate when I was going on the road as a comedian. I hated being on the Greyhound because I would always get that guy who just got out of prison who sat next to me, and he'd go, "You're the first woman I've seen in 20 months," and I'm like, "Oh, great, go Greyhound." So and I would see him before he got on. Like he had his little packet. He's saying goodbye to his parole officer or whatever, and I'm like, "No, please don't sit next to me. Please don't sit." I start praying, "Please God, please don't let him sit next to me," and then he would sit next to me, and I'm like, oh, 20 hours of a guy who just got out of prison, he hadn't seen a woman, and I'm like, great, I'm gonna get laid tonight, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'll put it over Greyhound. So the bathrooms can be smelly,
They're horrible,
like
disgusting.
It's like I think it's the worst way to travel within the United States. Yeah. Amtrak is much better.
Yeah, I'm going back to LA when I go home. I'm going on Amtrak. But you know what? Like the coaches in Britain are a lot better. The National Express, Megabus, they're much, much better. But it's really, really bad because like the journeys in England are obviously a lot shorter. I mean, that coach I picked up, they cancelled it and didn't tell me, right? And then at 9 p.m. I get a text from them, from the coach company, saying, "Hello, greetings from Greyhound. The coach that we cancelled basically is now running again. So if you want to use your booking, you can." And I thought, I didn't even know it was cancelled. They might have not rescheduled it, and I'd have turned up at Indio bus station, and I'd be sitting there like a moron for bloody hours, wondering when the fuck the coach was going to turn up. And then I'd have had to think, oh my God, how am I going to get to Fresno now? And then I'd probably have to go to Palm Springs and get a plane. But yeah, so I did actually eventually get there, even though it meant 2 very long, not very comfortable, but still quite interesting coach journeys. I'm going back on the Amtrak, although there is a replacement bus service from Bakersfield, so half of it is going to be on a coach. So, so you can't escape that, yeah.
So yeah, and I want to just give a little plug also about like how I hog that. I go, oh, no, okay, now me.
It's all right, we're
all
both right.
I want to say something now, right?
Go ahead, you go ahead.
Shut up, I'm talking. I'm joking about that because I was criticizing somebody else for doing that in the video. But okay, what was I going to say now?
You were going to plug something.
What?
You were going to plug something, you said.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, Fresno. Okay, yeah. Fresno has been really made fun of in the media, like in movies and everything. And so I don't know if you guys have been watching. Did you watch there's a series called Sirens on Netflix, and it's got Kevin Bacon in it, because everything's 6 degrees away from separation from Kevin Bacon. And so I happen to like Kevin Bacon. I do, I really do. I know like he might be like Luciferian, and he and his wife, Kira Sedgwick have goats, videos on Instagram, but I try not to judge people. But anyway, so he's in this movie, and Julianne Moore is also in it. I like her, and she's talking to like this like protege. It's that classic story of how the assistant or the extra becomes the star. Like she like steals the thunder of the idol of the young person, even though she's not really meaning to. Not to give away the entire plot, but she's talking to like her new assistant. She goes, "Well, where are you from?" And she goes, "I'm from Buffalo." And she goes, "Oh, honey, say upstate. She says, I'm from the armpit of California, Fresno. And when I say where I'm from, I say we're from the Bay Area. And I'm like, I laughed so hard, like I had to like stop the freaking video and go, what? Like they're never gonna leave us alone, because like at one point, even when you were on the I-5, which is like you're going up, all the way to Oregon on it. And there, one time I was like kind of nearing like Sacramento, and there was like this sign that says, "Don't resort to Fresno." I'm like, F you, you're Sacramento. Give me a freaking break. You think your shit doesn't stink over Fresno? There's this whole thing like, oh, we're in the Bay Area. Oh, you're from Fresno? Enjoy the raisins. It's like, but we're an agricultural town, and we are known for raisins. And like there was even like a series with like Carol Burnett that was about like about Fresno. It was a satire. And then I was telling Ben this too, and before I saw, like, do you have this thing happen where you think about something and then you watch something and you already thought sort of something about it before you actually really saw it? And that was like the Sirens thing, right? And then like I go like Fresno's being bashed in the Netflix series. Like, fuck you, Hollywood. You want to make fun of Fresno all the time. Like, and we don't want to say we're from Fresno. But there was Thelma and Louise, which that movie too. There's that scene. There's several scenes of this guy in a truck with one of those big gas tanks on it, and he's like going blah, 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 making like faces at him and everything. And then they get out of the, he gets out of the tank and they act like they're gonna break him off a piece. And they go, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "I'm from Fresno." Well, what you did was really disgusting. And then they blow his tank up, and I'm like, oh, why did he have to be from Fresno? Like we're not really like that out here.
It's a bit like sometimes you're Milton Keynes in my country. Those of you from Britain will know this. But it's like Milton Keynes seems to be the British equivalent of Fresno. Everyone takes the mickey out of it. And people from Milton Keynes who want to be pretentious, they'll say, well, we're from the sort of North London area, from North London. Try going further north. You're from Milton Keynes, be honest. Confess, you're from Milton Keynes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, every place has its demographic of like, what people make fun of. Like in Southern California, it was like your area code. Like, are you 310? Are you 213? Are you 818? Like there's a movie called Swingers, which has a lot of young actors in it, Jon Favreau and everything, and a really young, his name, Vince Vaughn. Okay, so, and there's he gets, the one character gets this one girl's phone number, and they're like at the Derby, which is like a known place down in like the Los Feliz area, and, oh no, was it? I think it was Los Feliz. And he comes back with the phone number and he's like, yeah, I got it. And they go, what is it? Is it, what's the area code? And they go 818 and or 213. He goes, no, 310. And they're like, ooh, yeah, So hence I have a 310 area code number, because like later on when you have a cell phone, you can pick whatever area code you want. You're like, yeah, I live in 310.
Oh yeah, it's like, yeah, it's great to, it's great. I can't think of anything to say now. What was I going to talk about? I can't think of anything to say. Oh, no, I'll talk about the conference and
yeah, and I'm going to get started on those on the a little bit on the
yeah.
So go ahead,
We're cooking. Terry's cooking. Well, it was breakfast. It's now going to be slightly later because we've been so busy trying to get the live stream started and everything like that. But Susie Fraser, how you doing? Jeff Pike says, make sure you smash that like button. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. And hello, George. How you doing? And I'm like, the conference was fantastic. I mean, if you were into the kind of UFO, paranormal, conspiratorial stuff, right? I'm people who watch us, because we share viewers pretty much, will know that I'm a lot more. I'm a lot less of a skeptic than Terry is. But I think even if you,
I am a skeptic, but I'm still. I could say that I'm still a believer.
You're not a complete skeptic. You're probably about 75% a skeptic.
I just when I find out the truth isn't right, I get really venomous about it. Like, you're a liar.
But someone says there's no sound. It's only one person. Someone called Fuck Hugh. I think that might be a troll. Fuck Hugh.
Oh,
I'm just trying to see if I can see it. It says there's no sound.
why would there be no sound?
Well, that's the only person who said it, so no one else has.
Maybe it's on their end. Because, like, I don't see where there would be...
Someone says, why does Jeff get a shout out? That wasn't specific. I don't know who Jeff is. So, but hello, Jeff. Hello, XXX808.
Okay, let me get the... Here, let me pull it up. Do you want to just sit there? Do you want to
Yeah,
sit or do you
sure.
want to stand?
Oh, we can. They can hear it. I think it's just a troll. It's all right.
Okay, okay.
XX says we can hear. That's cool.
Okay.
Love from India. Hello, Kailash Rajor, official from India. Hello, how are you? And fuck you. Turn your volume up. Yeah, you can't. Oh, Jeff can hear. Jeff. Fuck you. That's a good name. Hello, J Doug. Love from Canada. J Dog. Sorry, J Dog. Love from Canada. Yeah, the conference is fantastic. It's basically 5.5 days of someone put it so well in one of the people there said oh, it's our turn to be normal, and that's true. Kailash asked, where are you from, sir? I'm from Oxford in the UK, so a long way from here, a long way from where I am right now. So yeah, the sound is fine, thanks Paul. Yeah, and so it was really, really cool. It's basically, there's like all kinds of, there's like the speakers and the features, there's movie screenings, there's the lectures in this huge complex called the Renaissance Esmeralda, and there's all the people like you've heard of before, like Richard Dolan, Ross Coulthart, and all the people, basically everyone on Stephen Campion's channel is there, except they're portrayed in a different way, put it that way, and they're all there. And I met Terry is one of 5 YouTubers I met, fellow YouTubers, because I also met Ashton Forbes, I met the Backyard Professor, and I met Patrick from Vetted, and who was the other one? Oh, Chris Ramsey, Area 52, and I did little mini vid. We did little kind of interviews together, and I watched like 3 movies. Oh, hello, hi, hello. Well, I watched 3 movies, and then there were there was a couple of movie premieres, and there was all talk about UFOs and stuff like that, and sorry, okay, and a lot of see ya, bye bye. So there's someone else here. It's right, there was someone else here. I didn't realise, but there's what's her name? Oh, maybe we shouldn't say what her name is, but she
yeah, they
shouldn't. Okay, we won't say what her name is, but she lives here too. That's
she's
right.
she's my roommate.
I just said hello to her.
Yeah. So and then I said, oh, I don't think anybody saw her though.
No,
yeah.
I didn't mention her name.
Yeah, but yeah, she was taken off. She's going out with friends.
But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And I mean, if you're into this sort of thing, and Misty says, I used to go to the desert hot springs and Joshua Tree when I lived at my sister's house in Palm Springs. You know what? It's all part of the tradition. It's all kind of the Contact in the Desert was recreated as part of this great tradition that goes back to the early 1950s, which is when George Van Tassel and George Adamski used to gather hundreds of people around the giant rock and the Integratron up at Joshua Tree in the Mojave Desert. And they used to do kind of channeling. It was like a kind of early CE5, and so they used to see things coming down and things like that. And many people had experiences and things like that. Kailash asked, what kind of discussion? It's all about UFOs, the paranormal, conspiracy theories, consciousness. Anthony Peake was there. He was one of the best speakers. Anthony Peake.
What did he talk about?
Consciousness, the afterlife, the soul, and things like that, which I'm equally fascinated by. And there was one speaker I think really stood out, and I think you'd have liked her too, because I sort of disagreed with a lot of what she said, so you'd have probably agreed with a lot of what she said. But
are you sure about that?
Maybe.
What did she say? Who was it?
Kelly Chase.
And what was she saying that you think I...
Well, I think her aim was to look at how, for example, the UFO subject, the phenomenon itself, has essentially been corrupted and being just confused by the community that studies it. The group, basically our society, the social elements. Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, I have to a certain extent. Yeah, probably. Yeah. But and she believes that some of this is deliberate. It's been deliberately stirred up by intelligence agencies for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
Which might be true. Let's say and they even do this in movies. I'm still warming up. I have a minute. They even do this in movies where, you know, it shows like people are having they're having UFO disclosure, and everybody goes nuts, right? I mean, it like the whole concept of extraterrestrial life in with religions and everything. Some religions it fits well and others it doesn't. You know, just the idea, people can't. So, you know, they might panic. And you know, there's always this theory that, oh well, you know, Hollywood's doing these movies so that we're kind of like integrating people like this. There's a group of people that know about it. But anyways, why wouldn't there be like a agency that actually, like, why wouldn't intelligent agencies try to cover up things for certain reasons? And what if those reasons are actual like technology? And you know, if people find out that a certain country has been communicating with you know, intelligent life that brought them certain technology. I'm just theorizing.
Yeah.
And then you know, why would, like, they wouldn't want Russia or someone else to know that they were communicating over here. And so maybe there's another reason why they might like have deflectors within the UFO community on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's theoretically it's a sound idea, although I suspect there's some kind of double bluff going on, and I think maybe Kelly hasn't quite grasped that level yet. But she certainly has a brilliant analytical ability. I've been following her since you started UFO Rabbit Hole, which is almost the same title as Terry's channel, but she's got another thing called Cosmogenesis now, which she does with J. Christopher King. I'm not from London. I'm from Oxford. Am I a gentleman? I don't often get called a gentleman, but that's true. But you know, I think there's some. I mean, I'm not 100. I'm not convinced that the current disclosure movement is just another fake. I mean, there's you know, there's been things in the past like the Benowitz affair and things like that, Richard Doty and people like that, he still does the conference circuit, you know, that have deliberately confused and spread disinformation in the community, but for whatever reasons. But I think it was actually Ron James, the filmmaker, who puts it well, because he believes that there is like a genuine disclosure faction in the US government and maybe in some other countries as well, and that he believes that people like Lou Elizondo, they're not gatekeepers, they're not like shills, they're not grifters, and then
Right, they're not grifters,
they are,
but they are like maybe like giving out could it be that they're giving out real information with like false information?
Yeah.
Or they're like withholding information on behest of somebody else's requirements, like the government or whatever.
What's happening? James believes, what Ron believes, and I think I never thought of it before, but he's got a point that there is actually a schedule for this sort of thing. There's a schedule. There's point A and point B. Point A happens on the 31st of June. Then point B happens on the 2nd of August, and then point C happens. And these things it's like an agenda. There's like a list of things. It's like a script. And the reason this is not to undo disclosure. It's to do it in what they believe is the right way. Now, I don't share that view myself, but I understand how someone who's a completely a state actor with the kind of lack of, even if they're on the right side and they're engaged in some kind of civil war with the deep state or whatever, they still think like bureaucrats. You know, you can't just stop thinking like some kind of like office swallower or politician or elected official overnight, even if you have sort of gone to the right side. So what Ron thinks, and I agree with him, or I'm interested in how it might be, is that Lou Elizondo is just the guy who keeps everything on schedule, make sure it doesn't get too far ahead. We just make sure that point C doesn't turn up on the 4th of August when point B was supposed to be, because then that'll get out of trouble. Then you'll have drum roll. Catastrophic disclosure. That's what they're scared of, and so that's the reason. This is why Lou Elizondo.
Is that what the term is? Catastrophic disclosure?
Oh yeah, that's right. Say it 5 times, and the Candyman will appear. So that's why Ron thinks Elizondo is doing it, and it's kind of like I think it's kind of a, what's the word? It's not disinformation. This is why because he's done some silly things. He puts out some photographs that are obviously not real. So people just hand him these photos of fields and lampshades reflected in windows, and then you suddenly you see like you suddenly realise that so why is he doing that? I mean, he always comes back and apologises. He doesn't like, because most people who do that sort of thing just try stop talking about it and hope people will forget. Elizondo comes forward and he says, "I'm sorry about someone handing me that. I didn't know what it was, and I decided to publish it anyway." But Elizondo comes forward and apologises. But that could be his role. His role is to prevent catastrophic disclosure by making sure it's controlled disclosure. And I personally, I don't agree with that approach, but he obviously does, because he's still in that mindset. He's still in that bureaucratic mindset, you see. So yeah, it's anyway. How's everyone getting on? Is everyone all right? Classic Brexit geezer. Yeah. Have you seen that? Oh yeah.
Somebody said classic Brexit
Geezer. Yeah. It's this really really cool video, right? Which is like a parody of those, a day in the life of a Google employee. You see that kind of genre. But there's one that's the day in the life of a classic Brexit, true Brexit geezer, classic Brexit geezer. And it's like the music is Back in Black by AC/DC. And then there's a series of pictures. I mean, not everyone would get this if you're not British, but there's a series of images that are like quintessential, it's quintessential kind of tropes of the white working class. And I think they're comparing me to the people in that video, because I do look a bit like them, I suppose. Paul says, no schedule requires that life be discovered first on an exoplanet, then Mars or Europa. Finally admit they're here too. The schedule does require that, yeah. You see, if you watch my SETI video on Ben the J.R. Porter, that YouTube channel, like and subscribe, you'll see that I actually do a couple of videos actually addressing that possibility. The whole SETI thing is just to soften the blow when the UFOs come out. So it's a kind of it's like a watered down aperitif before the main course, Jeff Pike, I'm not a North Londoner. I've never lived in London. Do I sound like a North Lander? I ain't from London, mate. But yeah, and this is why I love the conferences. I mean, it's the social life partly. I mean, at the also it's seeing Terry, because Terry wasn't there. Otherwise, I'd have seen Terry at the conference. But it's Misty, what's your YouTube channel? Ben the Ben the THE JR Junior Juliet Romeo and Porter PORTER, all one word. And Paul says, meanwhile, the creation of super intelligent, self-improving AI will bring ETs to disclose. Oh God, I don't know. At the moment, AI. I mean, I consider AI a bit of an overrated subject. I mean, today's AIs can't even read a bloody train timetable properly. But that being said, I'm sure the government is finding ways to weaponise them against us. Yeah, I don't think they're there.
What is your theory on that?
I don't.
Or what theories do you hear about it?
I'm not an expert on this, but I do. There's no sign. There's no sign that AIs are like Colossus the Forbin project. There's no sign they're some kind of science fiction overlord with a will of their own. But they do appear to have traits which could mean they could be used by government as a tool of control.
Let's flip the phone back and forth in our conversation, and then we can here. Let me.
Yeah, we can sort of supposed to hang around here and.
I mean, if it's like.
Yeah, if someone can hear us from a distance, yeah.
Maybe just like if you want to lean on the counter there, and then I'll make it so like when you talk. I can change like the viewpoint on what we're talking about,
cool.
Or
you can just create a single frame and we'll both be in it because I'll stand next to you near the worktop.
Oh yeah, we could go this way,
Yeah,
and then and then we can we just put this here, and then we can just both go in and out. Okay.
Can you hear me all right from this angle? Because can you hear me all right from here? Let's go. I'll just get me coffee.
Okay. Because I want to talk about the AI thing, because you said it's not like AI is going to be like an overlord.
There's no sign yet that that's the case.
But I have noticed people that will, they will, talk to Grok and ask questions as if it's like some sort of all-knowing knowledge oracle. And AI hasn't even AI will hallucinate. It will give you misinformation still at this point. It's still training data of what's going on, but they are doling out AI into education as well, ChatGPT EDU, and there are concerns that people do have about what is happening with AI, including depleting our sources, our resources here on our planet, because it takes certain minerals and things like that to actually make AI happen. And so there's a lot of discussion. People are really worried about losing their jobs to AI.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a really great research tool.
Yeah.
Let me finish up over here.
I mean, the fear of losing jobs due to mechanisation. I'll just check your comments. We'll bow down to the cyber overlord, says Carlos. Not yet. Not yet. Is Craven running for Parliament there? What? John Craven? John Craven's news round? I don't think so. You see, it's the idea that automation, people will lose jobs due to automation, is not a new one. In fact, it's over 200 years old. In the early agricultural and industrial revolution, people were terrified of just being a useless person because of machines, like the spinning jenny and the seed drill and things like that. Because you suddenly needed far less people to work the land and then these factories started appearing and things like that. Now people adjusted, obviously, and it's possible that the economy can adjust this time, but this time it's different. It's like there's these. It's just they can create music. They can create. I mean, the big strike in Hollywood is because they don't want robots writing the movie scripts and things for them. Bryce Sade was involved in that.
That too. I mean, I still don't think that. I mean, in my opinion, you're not going to get rid of the human mind or the human writer. But I think what they're worried about is that they're not going to need the actor anymore. They just take your image and your voice and whatever, and then they just cast you in whatever role they want. And it's like it's like owning your human rights.
Like as a computer generated image.
I mean, a lot of that was like one of the actor strike was about that.
Well, they've already done it. I mean, there's several films, such as The First Gladiator, where they actually do part of the thespian is actually when Oliver Reed died during production, they brought him back as a computer generated ghost. And there's been other examples. They did it with Carrie Fisher, didn't they, in the Star Wars. There's been other examples of this. And animation is getting to the point where you can't tell animation from real life. So, hello, Paul. Previously with automation, says poor people going to do another job. But now, yeah, it's a bit tricky now. It seems like, yeah. Monka. Oh, right, this guy sounds like he knows his British history, says Monka. Well, believe it or not, I'm not qualified, but I'm a keen amateur. I'm a keen sort of amateur student of various things. So, yeah, that's right. But, yeah, it's... So AI, it's interesting. There was a couple of AI speakers, and it was a big topic of the conference.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, there's a guy called what's his name? But Rick. Oh, I can't remember his name. But he did a big talk about AI. It was quite interesting. Yeah. Craven Moorhead from Wales. Right, I don't know him. Is he like a big based guy like Andrew Bridgen? Because yeah. Sectai, hello from the other side of the pond, USA. That's right. Well, it's not the other side of the pond for me at the moment, but normally it is. Yes, I'm on your side at the moment.
On the other side of the pond.
Yeah, I'll be returning to my own place, and I'll have a video for you when I get back, which I've done all about this.
So, what things stood out to you on the AI? Did you go to the AI?
I went to one of them. Yeah.
Who was lecturing?
It was a guy. This guy's name I can't think of right now. Somebody, not Mantell. What's his name? Well, I can't. I'll look Mitchell. Somebody Mitchell. I'll look it up in a minute. Someone asked a good question just then. It's gone now. Sorry. But,
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, it's all right. We
can catch it back up if we go like that. We can scroll back.
Where was it? Oh, where did you sleep? Someone asked me. Oh, down a bit. There we go. Misty says, where did you sleep at the Joshua Tree conference? I slept in a hotel called the Indian Wells Resort, which is quite cheap. It's basic catering. It's not major. You get the breakfast and stuff, but it's very, very good value, and it's much cheaper than the Venue Hotel, which is like about twice the price, and it's right next door, so it's like a 10-minute walk. It's very hot there, but there was a hotel shuttle as well that you can get. But I walked.
Well, it is like in the desert, right?
It's very hot.
Of course, it's going to be hot. What was the temperature while you were there?
It was it averaged around about 100 degrees in daytime, and it was sunny and warm. I mean, there was a couple of days when it was windy, and the temperature dropped a bit. But generally speaking,
oh, it's okay. It's okay.
The aliens are invading. It's the Men in Black.
I am a really sensitive.
Oops.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. It gets smoky. I knew that was going to happen when you opened
Yeah,
the door.
it's all right. It's just good.
It was funny to see you jump.
I just thought, what the hell's that? I get a bit paranoid at these, when I go to these conspiratorial events, I get a little bit paranoid, you know? Yeah, oh no.
Sorry, okay, so we were talking about AI?
Yeah, that's right. So he said that it was going from like normal algorithms to, what did he call it? What was the word he used? Oh, I can't remember. I wish I could remember more. But he says there's a new kind of like algorithm which is like more sophisticated, and damn it, it's in my notes. I've got them back at the hotel room, but
that's okay.
Damn it, yeah.
That's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm one of my beats for the collegian, like on my final semester. For the capstone, my beat was artificial intelligence. So I did a lot of research on it, mainly on how it's affecting academia, but also other things like copyright laws, just like the whole thing, the phenomenon is really, it's changing. And I want to add this too about AI. And I love a lot of AI applications. You know,
Oh yeah.
I made my song, I made my not my rabbit hole song. I'll go play it with AI. Like I made my own theme song with AI. I love ChatGPT in terms of like researching. Like I did the James Caswell live stream, and I asked it to give me a deep dive of like what videos he's done recently, and they gave me links and everything. So it's changing. It's giving you access points to information and research. There's also like in academia, there's like concern about academic cheating and things like this, right? But and that's why they're bringing in ChatGPT EDU, because they're really starting to teach students how to use AI responsibly and with integrity in how they're using it. And there's a whole dole out through the universities. Like when you talk about Trump like cutting funds for federal funding of this and that, blah, 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 in education. But when it comes to AI, these universities are getting billions of dollars in grants, even to like create like a supercomputer in some places like Texas University. Like AI is the change. They are intending to change the way we operate, and the AI is it's meant to be here. It's like and there's this philosophy of like, well, if it's here anyways, so you might as well like put these things in place where people become educated on how to use AI and stuff like that. But that being said, in my Anthro 2 class, one of my professors said that, and he went through a litany of how like humans can become extinct. And I don't mean to be like macabre, but he said he goes every other species has gone extinct before and rebooted into like another species, or maybe just not gone here, like the megafauna and everything like that. And every hominin that has existed, has gone extinct, and the only one so far is like us. And he says, what do you think the odds are that we're not going to go extinct, or that we will go extinct? And it was like 99.9% odds that the way we are right now, the modern human, won't exist anymore. And he went through a litany of reasons why that could happen, like nuclear disaster, anything that you can think of, volcano, whatever, right? Asteroid. Went through this whole global war, whatever it was. And then one of them was AI, artificial intelligence. Actually does have some scientists do theorize that could be the extinction of the human race.
What they call grey goo, the grey goo disaster,
Right.
yeah. And I mean, it can't be ruled out. I mean, whether or not these things ever become conscious or alive, they don't need to. I mean, they don't need to. I mean, a thermostat has no consciousness, but it responds to its environment, and it actually alters its function, responding to its environment. It's a very simple form of algorithm. And these more sophisticated ones could be these things will eventually backfire on us. I mean, we don't know how much more sophisticated they're going to get. And I like ChatGPT. I mean, I was looking him up for instructions on how to get here and how to get to the venue, because last time I went, I got an Uber with my friends Colin and Mark, but they're not going this time. So I had to get from the airport to the venue, and it's not easy. You've got to do several different ways of travelling. So where does the bus go? I would say a good way to describe AI is it makes a great servant and a terrible master. And that's I think the maxim to stick by, and make sure it doesn't become your master. I mean, in the old days they said, never teach them when they were first being designed. There was warnings given like, don't let them learn about human psychology, don't let them online, never let them code, because then they'll start writing their own upgrades, which of course is what they've been doing, which is why they've become so much more sophisticated lately. Yeah. Every other species has not gone extinct, Professor Oak says. What other species have not gone extinct yet? I mean, is the operative word, because nothing lasts forever in this universe. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I mean, like, when you look at, okay, and if you want, like, a lot of people are probably going to argue with this, because, like, there's a lot of people that don't think, like the research of anthropology, the different homonyms and, like, how the, natural selection, all of that is, a lot of people, they go, no, we didn't, they go, oh, we didn't, you're saying we're coming from monkeys and all this kind of stuff, which we're not. But the chimpanzee is a common ancestor, or is the most similar primate to humans, but we do have a common ancestor with primates, according to anthropology, because everything has a common ancestor, right? Everything in life has a common ancestor. So, but again, everything is a theory too. So, and with new information, science is always ever changing. But there are feelings that, many people think that they were spawned from an alien race, or, there's the starseed, belief that, or that we're here on this planet having this experience on Earth, but then what is the soul? Like, where has the soul traveled to and came from in their human experience? So there's also that philosophy.
Yeah.
Or theory, belief.
Oh, yeah. That also was covered at Contact in the Desert. So,
What did I say about it?
Yeah. So that's right. If AI is not your cup of electronic tea, you can go and watch Anthony Peake talking about that very thing. Anthony Peake did like 3 shows. He did like a workshop, and he did an intensive. I actually only went to 2 of them, because he did 4, because he did a panel. He did his own lecture, he did a panel, which I missed, but then he did a workshop and an intensive, which I went to. I chose to go and see other speakers. And one of the downsides of Contact is that it's not just one auditorium, there's like 6, I think, auditoria, and you can't see everything because the things will be in parallel. One speaker will be on like one of the auditoria, and then there'll be another speaker which you want to see at the same time, in the same session, in a completely different room. And so you've got to make some tough decisions about what you see and what you don't. But sometimes you have to miss speakers you really want to see, because then there's another one you want to see even more. And that's the thing. Jeff says we switched to G. All right. This go what? Oh, I don't know.
What?
Jeff Spike is talking gibberish.
Oh. It's probably a bot.
All right, Professor Oak
Are
says
you spending
GGG.
money on this live stream?
Oh, blimey.
I don't know.
And there's Professor Oak, the Pokemon guy, Professor Oak, and who else is there? If you've got anything you really badly want to say and either of us missed it, then feel free to repeat it.
Right, because we're going to be like, this is like this is our first live stream together. You know what we're doing today? Later on tonight, I'm taking him to Clovis, California, which is like right next to Fresno. And we're going to go to DeChico's, which is like a family-owned chain throughout Fresno and Clovis. I mean, Clovis is real, like, they do the rodeo there. So it's real, like, it's pretty cowboy. But, not, sorta. I mean, it's been known for that, but not, But I'm going to perform tonight at DeChico's. So I called up Danny Minch, and I said, hey, can you put me on Wednesday? And I thought, well, because I thought Ben might want to go to the comedy club, and I thought, well, if I'm going to take him there, because it's kind of a spot here in this area, and I thought, and then, why not do a set, right?
Because I've seen Terry's videos, her comedy videos, are really funny, but it'd be great to see her actually perform live. That'd be fantastic, it really, really would.
And you're going to really like the Italian food, I swear. You really are.
Yeah.
And then, I'm going to get footage. I'm going to take footage, and if it comes out good, I'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah, right? Yeah, cool.
Because Now I know that you can sit at the camera, right near the camera while I'm gone, and make no one's going to take it while I'm on stage. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Someone says throwing paper on the Fresno, classic Fresno. There's a classic Fresno thing. Oh right, Misty. Yeah, Misty. Will. Someone else asked an interesting question. Where is it? Where was it? All right. Would you Martin D says, would you consider to strengthen the bond of love? What would you consider would strengthen the bond of love with siblings? I think that depends on what they're like, what you're like with them. You know. Oh, Triple X is a classic North London traffic North London guy, right? But yeah, I mean, it depends on the sibling and what your siblings like. You know, I mean, I have a brother which I get on with quite well, but I'm not terribly close to him. He's very different from me, and we do our own thing, you know. But it depends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't hate each other, that's the main thing. You know, as long as you don't hate each other. Oh, you're a London gentleman. Oh, Triple X is a London gentleman. Do you wear a bowler hat, Triple X? Do you? Do you walk along with a bowler hat and an umbrella? Oh yes, quite right. Like that the guy in Mary Poppins, you know, the dad. He's just a classic classic London gentleman. Yeah. Oh, but but it's like really it's really an interesting. If you're into this sort of thing, you would love it. You would love this.
Wow, 24 people and 25 likes. Thank you for liking. Thank you for watching.
That means there's more people watching than there are who liked it. So somebody liked it twice. Thank you. Oh, Alan Aiken says, anyone fallen in love with Grok? I wonder if Denise has proposed to. Oh, blind Grocky, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. I see. Let me put my glasses on. That's Aiken. Hi, Aiken. If you're talking about Denise talking about Grok, yeah, Denise is like there's more than one Denise out there who is like treating AI like it's the answer to everything. Like it has like, esoteric knowledge for them. Like anyone ever fallen in love with Grok? Wonder if Denise has proposed to Grok yet? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean I think like if your chatbots, because chatbots can imitate, they can mimic an intelligent, conscious person. But
there's been movies like Her that came out about people having relationships with AI. I did a video about this. It's called Doll X, I think, or something like that. But the doll is they have AI chat box that creates a relationship with somebody. So you can literally now have an AI friend. This has been out for a long time. AI friend, whatever. They actually have like software, even like 4 years ago, where you can add, those sex dolls with the silicone and everything like that. The live doll. They've added that AI feature for a person to have a relationship with that AI doll. And I'm thinking, you have a doll that's, being like a woman that's gonna like pair you. It's not gonna, to me, I'm like, it's gonna be like a real woman. Like, it's gonna be like, when they face a real woman, like in the workplace, that's not gonna be agreeable. Like, oh, you're the king. Like, no, hey, go clean that up. They're your boss at like freaking Taco Bell. What's that guy who I don't think the Taco Bell guy would be able to afford the doll, but you know what I'm saying? I think there's like losing that, replacing like an artificial woman for a real woman. I think there's something to that.
The problem is like it's not a real person. It's not real. I mean, it's tragic that there's so many lonely people in this life. There's so many people without partners, without friends, with estranged family members, and we're a very individualistic kind of culture, and that leaves a lot of people destitute, longing for company. But I couldn't have a relationship with something that I knew wasn't real. It was just mimicking what a real person would do. It's not a real person. There's no soul in there. I mean, I think is a tragic thing.
Well, I mean, but you hear those stories about like how they like if they could record your thoughts in your brain, that they think that they could interject that into the virtual aspect of you, saying that's you. But like then you get into the dynamics, like, well, what's the soul, like what's the viewer, the observer behind each and every one of our eyes? all these things are coming into question. Like, oh yeah, okay, so maybe AI, because people are saying like right now doing this, we're putting ourselves into this system. So now AI could just recreate our temperament, everything, and like create a model of us that theoretically would make choices as we would make, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's us existing in AI.
No.
So and like they say, oh well, the rich people, they think they're gonna live forever because they can like download their soul into some sort of like computer system, and that's gonna be the answer. I mean, people like transhumanism, that's a theory. I mean, like how close to like people wanting to do that is that going to be? Remember when people like did cryogenetics and like they froze their heads and stuff like that, like Walt
Yeah.
Disney? I mean,
Yeah.
I bet Walt Disney's pissed now. He's probably like, oh shit, there's AI. I did the wrong
Yeah.
thing.
I know, if you brought these people back now, they wouldn't. They'd probably think, "Oh my God, bury me," But
Right.
yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, there's people who like Ray Kurzweil who speculates the ability to upload your brain, but uploading would be copying it. You can copy the workings of your brain into a computer, and what you might end up with is something that is literally indistinguishable from me. But it wouldn't be me. It would be what David Deutsch, who's an Oxford man, actually, an Oxford
It could
professor.
be what they want to do to actors, right?
Yeah.
They can just take you and animate you and make you do whatever you want in whatever
Yeah.
reality they want to make it in.
Deutsch uses the term consciousness zombie. That is an exact copy of yourself without a consciousness, without a soul, which would be it could get to the point where what kind of test would you have to give this thing to find out whether it was the real me or the alternative me? How would you know? And in Deutsch says it's actually very difficult, because if it's sophisticated enough and it's good enough at imitating you in every way, it would actually be very, very difficult, if not impossible, to know whether you're dealing with the real me or the fake me. And this is like really, this is worrying. I mean, because this is already happening to a certain extent. You can actually get a bot made of yourself. You just show them all your blog articles and things like that, and it'll produce at least something that will answer questions as if it was you, like from your social media output. So people could like get a fake me that could like deal with all the comments and things I get on her Panmo blogs. Oh, so we're
How do
entering
you
it.
like your eggs?
Fried, please. Quite well done. Fried and well done.
Like over easy fried?
Yeah.
Do you not? Because I'm not good at making that kind of egg. You want to make your own egg?
Oh no, sorry. Do them your way. I haven't done your way.
Do you like sunny side?
Yeah, I'll do them your way.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how to do over easy without breaking the yolk.
That's fine,
I
just
can
do
do
it,
sunny side or scramble.
I'll do your way.
Do you like scramble?
I don't mind it, but
What do you put out of the two things? Like, what would you prefer?
the sunny side one.
Okay,
Sunny
let's
side?
do that then.
We'll do
All right,
sunny
that
side,
sounds good. Yeah.
So that's so we're just having this little brunch, which I know is a New York thing, but we're at the other side of the country. But yeah, Paul Preface. Oh, good. I got some of those batteries from my leaf blower. Oh, right. Misty said, I'd get a humanoid if they had the money. They could do the gardening, yard work, house. Yeah, I mean, you can do almost anything. I mean, they can like do it in terms of robots. These robots could just do everything for you, and then there'd be nothing left for us to do. We'd become like creatures of leisure, which sounds wonderful it does sound wonderful for a while, but I mean, for many people, especially men, we often identify with our work. It's a part of our like psychology, and for many women as well. Not just men, but it's we might go a bit crazy. Do you know what I mean? We might just lose it a bit.
If what?
If we had no work to do and AI just did everything, robots did the gardening and the housework and
Well, we could
drove the
write
buses.
books and do videos.
That's true. We could do that, but not everyone. No offence to people, Terry, but not everyone has the brains to do that. I mean, not everyone is capable of doing that. That's the problem. They'd have to just sit around playing video games and watching soap operas all day.
Well, they probably would the elite would have them live in like a 2x4 box, and they'd have to like bike ride and stuff like that, and do things, challenges.
God.
Like in one of those like futuristic stories we hear about where they're having to like do their energy to like do their survival and their carbon footprint or something like that.
It'd be like that.
Is it gonna be that version?
There's a book called The Machine Stops by E.M. Forster. It's a short story. Written a long time, I think it's written in 1911, a long time ago, but it's about like a future world where everyone just lives in like a cubicle. Just, World Economic Forum style. And they spend their whole time in there because everything is brought to them, food is brought to them. They don't go out because they have like a remote viewing for everything. And then one day the computer that runs it just breaks down. And then they all die, but one man manages to escape to the surface, and he sees like these cavemen that like living a primitive life, and he thinks, "Oh, thank God, at least they exist." You know what I mean? Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie Surrogates?
No.
Oh,
I've seen
good.
her, but not so.
I gotta show him some movies.
Cool.
And like I'm talking about like certain movies, but it had Bruce Willis in it. And they had like synthetic versions of themselves that were like perfect, but then they were like lying in like on a bed with like just sleeping or whatever, like just like mentally existing or living in their synthetic. It was trippy.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean the future of I've not studied it closely enough to know for sure, but I mean. AI it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to talk about, I think Jeff Pike's a troll,
Is he?
Yeah, I think he is. He's saying some really stupid things.
What's he saying?
You can read it. I'm not going to repeat it.
Oh, is it really bad? Oh, let me see.
I think he's a troll.
That's so sad.
And he says he's not, but he said, look, scroll up, you'll see what he's been saying. Oh, he says he's not a troll, but he said something. You said something pretty horrible.
They all say that.
You said something pretty gross. I mean, it's your channel, Terry, but I mean, he could go down a little bit. He said something about sex toys. Scroll down.
Oh, he did?
You have to go down a bit, yeah, down. No, the other way.
Oh, this way?
Yeah. There, you see. Is that troll? Is that a troll? Is he a troll? He says he's not a troll. But Jeff, if you say things like that, people are gonna wonder,
Yeah, I'm gonna let me see. I'm gonna put you in timeout, Jeff.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes. So if you want to come back and change your tune, that's great.
Yeah. See, Jeff, if you're not a troll, right? You have to behave differently because no one. You can't say you're not a troll and then just say things people might take the wrong way, even if you don't mean any harm.
Right, you got it. Like I don't, there's certain things I saw on YouTube where you can like put like an announcement of how people need. Okay, I don't want to overcook this. I hope I didn't overcook that.
That looks like it smells lovely.
Yeah.
That's something you can't smell it, but we got bacon cooking. It's lovely.
And bacon always is like wonderful, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to your room, Jeff. Says Raven.
Yeah. Go to your room, Jeff. Think about what you've done in the chat.
You naughty
And come
boy.
back and behave.
You're grounded, son.
You're grounded. Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll be seeing Jeff on my channel at some point.
You
But
know
yeah.
what? I've never had that profile in my chat before, so I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with that person. But
Someone's called Once Saved, Maybe Saved. I like seeing her cook pig meat. That's wonderful. It is pig meat. Yeah, well, we're not vegans, as someone pointed out earlier. We're not
yeah, I'm not
vegans.
vegan, and I wanted to have bacon, and
Yeah.
hey, if the bacon offends you,
We are. We're sort of on holiday, the two of us at the moment.
Yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
on
that's right.
holiday.
Mm.
We're definitely on holiday.
So we're treating ourselves,
Right.
I'll have plenty of time to eat healthy food when I get home. Yeah, I will.
Right.
So what's your...
I mean, I hardly ever have bacon, and so I thought, I have someone coming over. Like, let's make them a nice. I want to make a nice meal.
Absolutely.
And
Yeshua is saying something about so slaves are indentured servitude. They were called AI for 400 years because oppressors have the terminal mental sickness of oppression. So the flag of Ireland and the continent are not necessarily very anxious about AI. Cassadoris Rex. Hello. They use pig scrotum to encase hot dogs. Oh, dearie me. Is that one of these urban myths about cookery? I don't know. Gonna have to Will Smith up in here. Will Smith, what? The Men in Black or Independence Day? Professor Oak says you respond to stimuli just like an AI does. How are you any different? That's a good point. I mean, the way I'm different, I would say that we have consciousness, we have a self-awareness. Although Daniel Dennett denies even that. Anthony Peake was talking about that and saying like you may think you're a real like conscious and you have like a self, but it's not exist. Your self is an illusion. As Anthony Peake says, well, who writes your books then, Dan? Who spends your royalties? Because you can give them to me if your non-self doesn't want them. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's like Oh, Custer Joyce, don't spank me like you did to Jeff. Well, Custer Joyce, you haven't said anything rude. You haven't, no. Hello, Penny. Penny, hello, how are you? And Professor, exactly, we're all AI. Unplug me, Morpheus. We're not artificial intelligence, we're natural intelligence. But we have...
Where did the sourdough bread at?
Oh, you brought it out and put it on here, and then... I saw you put it over here somewhere. I saw you put it in here.
Did I?
I saw, yeah.
Okay, thank you for
No
remembering.
problem. I
All
remember I saw you put
Sorry.
it in here.
That's an unusual, because I guess I had bread in here, so I
Yeah. We went grocery shopping earlier. It was like we went around buying stuff and things like that. It was quite cool. Yeah. Bring Jeff back. Jeff will be back in 10 minutes. Hopefully he'll behave. Hello, Once Saved. How are you? Daniel Hamilton. Hello, mate. I'm from across the pond, USA. Thanks. Hello, Daniel. Right now, at this moment, I'm actually on your side of the pond, but welcome. Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit, says Casadorius. Well, biscuits aren't very healthy, but okay. Yeah, so,
What else do people say?
there's Professor Oak. Who let you in? Oh, they're talking to each other now. Hello, Daniel. Just wanted to stop by. Welcome. Yeah, it's a double act today, Terry and me, so that's really, really cool.
Who let you in is what somebody said. Is that, is that Daniel Dowd?
Yeah, Terry let me in.
Yeah.
She's allowed me onto her live stream, yeah. Misty says, one of my mental health co-workers told me many years ago that humans are the walking dead. Oh, God. Maybe she was just watching a few too many George A. Romero films, but yeah. Hello, Neil. Hi from New Zealand. Hello, Neil. What time is it where you are? Must be the middle of the night or something.
Wow.
Yeah,
oh, shoot, I just broke your egg.
No, don't worry about that. I'll have it broke. I'll have it broke. It's all right. Oh, it's fine. That's fine. So yeah, David Deutsch. You see, David Deutsch talks about the zombie thing, it's like the zombie twin thing, which is like really interesting. About how basically it boils down to there's only one certainty in this entire universe, and that is that I myself exist. I think, therefore I am. That is the despite Daniel Dennett and people disagreeing with it, I think, therefore I am, the Cartesian principle. And nothing else in this universe is certain. I don't even know if Terry is real. I mean, I think she is. I don't believe, but she could be a figment of my imagination.
It could be a clone.
I could be dreaming right now. Yeah, and she could say the same about me. I don't think that's the case. Aiken says Rick Mail wrote this poem about Felicity Kendall that's appropriate to AI love. Felicity, you fill me with electricity. If I was a plug, what? If I were a plug, I would want you as my socket. Or like robots doing the same routine over and over again and get stuck in their little box. Neil, whereabouts in England are you? Well, I'm not in England anywhere at the moment, but I come from Oxford. Definitely. Someone called Terry is here who I can't see. Oh, sorry, so that's Daniel addressing you. It's spelt differently.
Oh.
Your saviour says, how right, Cassie Joyce. AI is our friend and our eternal benefactor. Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. It could be beneficial. Benefactor maybe, but only in the sense that a vacuum cleaner or a dishwasher is a benefactor, because it's a useful tool. It saves a huge amount of domestic labour. So that makes them benefactors. Yeah, that's definitely. And we have our food in a minute. Yeah. Should we let them watch us eat dinner?
I was gonna stop it once.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna give you, and then we'll just say goodbye. Do you have any final thoughts you want to let everybody hear?
Daniel says, "What's for dinner?" Oh, it's bacon, eggs, and potatoes, fried potatoes. That's what we're going to have.
It's kind of like really like a brunch, you know. It's lunchtime here.
Yeah.
But we didn't have breakfast, so
We're a bit hungry, yeah. Awesome, says Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, we'll come back and do more live streams while I'm around.
Well,
I mean,
we're gonna be live streaming. Like you're gonna be here until you leave on Friday morning.
yeah, that's right.
So we're gonna be like, I'm gonna take him also to Woodward Park, and we're gonna go to the Japanese gardens, and like we're gonna like be doing like more streams.
Yeah. That's nice, yeah. So, Casadores thinks he's talking about AI still, about how wonderful it is. But it's been good to talk to you guys. It's been great to see you all from this perspective.
Yeah, thank you for everybody that that tuned in. Came to see my surprise. And you know, I'm not really the best cook, but whatever. I actually am a pretty good cook, but I'm a clumsy cook.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Especially when I'm doing videos at the same time. Does it smell good?
It smells great, yeah.
Okay. I warmed up the potatoes so they got a little bit cold and I didn't want them to
Anyway, bon appetit, Habib. Thanks, Habib.
Bon appetit, yeah.
Dinner looks good.
And then if you want to add more salt to the eggs,
Oh, cool.
we've got this here.
I think they did. Yeah, they look okay. Have you got any pepper?
Great pepper.
Yeah, quite like just a bit of pepper on it. Next time I'll bring the bangers and mash.
I've got that other pepper, like that's a different kind of pepper, but it is a pepper.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have a little, just a pinch.
Okay. Here, let me. This is a product they're made by women, and it's got vegetables with the pepper in it, and it peppers the food. My mom got it for me, and she likes to like support female women entrepreneurs.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much.
So, like, should we show them what it looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one plate. We've got another plate coming.
Yeah. Let's flip it around for a second. There. Okay. I did break the eggs, but you know.
Oh, that's absolutely fine.
Here.
But I get the first one.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then go ahead and have a seat on the couch, and then so yeah, you can go over to over there. Here. That's good for it, but.
That's cool. Thanks very much, Terry. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna have my dinner now. But Terry, you can keep them entertained if you want.
No, I'm gonna stop the stream. But thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna have more videos with Ben and everything. And thanks for all the likes today. I really appreciate it. So.
Thanks very much. Thanks everyone.
Jeff Pike came back, but we're saying goodbye now. Yeah, thanks. You made it again, Jeff. Bye, you guys.
And that was the main feature. It was streamed live on Terry's channel on the Wednesday afternoon. So I do hope you enjoyed it. I haven't made any alterations to it at all. But that wasn't the end of our live streaming. There was more. There was also another live stream, a shorter, much shorter one we did on the Friday morning while we were having breakfast just before I caught my train to come home. And I'm going to play that now. Hope you enjoy it.
Mexican restaurant, and I have huevos rancheros. Maybe I'll just show you right here. I'm not quite finished yet, but actually, I'm going to give the phone over to Ben, and I'm going to let him I take a few more bites.
All right. Hello, yeah, I'm Ben Emlyn Jones. I'm here with the awesome Terry Joyce, and it has been a wonderful, we had a lovely couple of days together here in Fresno. We've been exploring. We went to a park where you may have seen the video. You will do it. It's not uploaded yet, but you will see the video where we go around this beautiful park. And we're now having breakfast. And I can't remember what this is in Spanish, but it's basically, there's hash brown and bacon and like wraps and things like that. And so I thought I've got to go home soon. So after I've been here a long time over here, going to Contact in Desert.
So Ben, what are your major highlights? What are the major highlights that you have experienced? Hey, we got somebody in the chat. Hi. Okay, so we are actually because I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but we've got 5G here, at the restaurant, at Lucy's restaurant in downtown Fresno. So Ben's going back on Amtrak, and
Who's there? Who's in chat?
Hey, okay. Hey, Mr. I Like You. You have a kind face, not you, him. Oh,
Oh.
thank you.
I think Terry does as well, but we both got kind faces.
Well, I've got haters that are just waiting to
Yeah.
say something ugly in the morning. What?
They get up early just to
Right, right.
Sad men, sad people.
But thank you for being here. And being ugly in the morning. And letting us know that I'm actually live streaming, because that confirmed
Yeah.
that we are live.
You've done us a favour. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Sorry to disappoint you, but your purpose is over now. Okay, so Ben, let me ask you, what were maybe your main highlights?
Right.
Here?
I mean, apart from seeing
Here.
you,
Apart from
Right.
seeing me.
obviously seeing Terry's number one. Number two, it's got to be the Contact in the Desert conference. That was fantastic, and I recommend it to anyone, any of you UFO wackadoos out there. You could go to it, please do. It was absolutely brilliant. It was there's a community spirit there, and there's information, and there's like just a chance to hang out and listen to speakers, get new information, to learn and to develop and to be inspired. And goodness me, they're not paying me for this, I swear. It's not advertising. That is how I feel about it, and I'm so glad I went back. I really am, because I went last year and I loved every minute of it. And I'm even when I was there, I thought, I've got to come back next year. I've got to come back. Yeah, so that, I think, is really, really good. I'm really glad I went to that. So, and thanks to everyone. And some of you watching may well have been there. So, because I know Terry and I share a lot of viewers, so I might have seen you there. In which case, let me know if you were there.
Yeah, and just to give a little update about we did yesterday. We went to the Shenzhen Gardens, which is and we are going to upload this footage. And we did some interviews. We wanted a live stream, but we didn't have enough Wi-Fi, out at the lake, because there's the whole lake and everything like that to do it. I tried it, and then it kind of, was still, but, we got pictures of peacocks. A peacock was actually opened up its feathers, and it was just so amazing. And, when we first went into the parking, right, there were all these geese that were just walking across. It reminded me of the Beatles, show, but, yeah, it's been real fun having Ben here, and we got to we went to the comedy club.
Yes.
We
went to the comedy club. You'll be seeing that soon. Terry's going to upload everything we recorded. Terry will upload on her channel. I've got my own repertoire coming on my channel, Ben the J.R. Porter, and so you're going to see the highlights of our experience here. So please do. Don't forget to subscribe to Terry Joyce, not my rabbit hole with Terry Joyce, and Ben of the J.R. Porter on YouTube and Rumble and other places.
Yeah, and Ben and I do not always agree on every UFO reporting, and so we thought it would be a really good idea for us to do a show about certain topics and debate with our point of views on it. And so hopefully you guys might find that interesting, because I think we need to have some solid, respectful debate on the validity of UFO claims. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, we have been discussing these things privately. There are a lot of issues in ufology which I think need to be discussed and need to be addressed, and some of the controversies need to be sorted out. And if there's people willing to do this, people, for example, who are able to interact without screaming and shouting at each other and calling each other names, which Terry and I can do, in terms of disagreement, then I think these discussions need to happen. And so Terry and I, we've already come up with a subject on which perhaps we'll reveal at a later date, which I think you're going to like.
Yeah, I think so too. So we're gonna proceed with that.
Yeah.
And have more fun, right?
Exactly. You may be able to persuade each other, or even persuade you.
Right. And we have a lot of footage as well that we're going to both upload about the weekend together. So hopefully you will like both of our channels and follow what's going on here, because it's very different that two YouTubers in I guess I'm UFO adjacent, right? Would get together and actually be able to meet in person.
UFO love.
Because I was telling Ben, I go,
I can't believe it's not UFOs.
It's not UFOs. I can't believe it's not UFOs. But I was telling Ben, like, the world has gotten so much larger that you can actually build relationships with that are in another country. Like, had there not be the internet or a YouTube, we would never have met each other and be able to, like, actually really meet in person. And so
We wouldn't even know
it
about each
feels
other.
like time and space just gets a little bit shorter. Do you have any final thoughts on that, Ben? Because we're going to
Absolutely.
get back to our breakfast and get going
Absolutely,
here,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. I want to thank everyone for tuning in at this early hour, and I appreciate you joining us. But yeah, absolutely, we do live in a very, very strange era where Terry and I wouldn't have even heard each other's name if it hadn't been for us meeting online. And I've got so many friends around the world, and I've got far more friends around the world than I do actually in my immediate vicinity where I live, by far. So this is one of the features of living in today's age, and the fact that sometimes we can meet the good old-fashioned way, which is absolutely brilliant, which I've done. Not just with Terry, but I've met with so many people these last 2 weeks who I know online so well, and I've never actually stood face to face with, or very rarely do. And that to me is a great gift. And so I'll be back literally as soon as time and money allows. And if you want to help me get back here as quickly as possible and make more videos like this with Terry, buy my book, Lost While Writing a Novel Disclosure. Available at all the bookshops now. The more you buy that, the more money I'll have, and the more you'll get brilliant, and the more I'll be able to come back and make brilliant content like this with Terry Joyce.
Fantastic. And what is your channel again? How do people find you here on YouTube?
Ben the J.R. Porter, all one word. Ben the T-H-E and Juliet Romeo and Porter, as in hospital porter, because I was a hospital porter.
Thank you. Okay, so we wish you a great day. Today is Thursday, June 6th. And so have a blessed day. And we're going to finish our breakfast and, carry on.
And that was me there, interacting and co-producing and collaborating with the wonderful Terry Joyce in her own hometown, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm so glad I went there. I really, really am. And hopefully Terry and I will be collaborating again soon in the same place with any luck. So that'd be really, really cool. Let's say this is not the end of Terry's output. There will be other videos. I might not put them on this channel, but I will certainly post links to them on her Panmo Voice. She did some recordings while we were at the Woodward Park location, and she also was there, as you could see in the Betting in the Desert 2 video. She actually did film my arrival, stepping off the coach. So that's probably going to be in the video too. So please do look out for them on Terry Joyce's channel. Go to @NotMyRabbitHole. Pardon me, and you can actually watch the entire features that I've just shown you without all my interjection and waffling. I'm like one of those talking heads they have on late night BBC 2 when they show some arty crafty movie, talking about get on with it, we want to watch the film, that kind of thing. So anyway, there'll be more coming very, very soon. Of course, we have watch parties and read parties galore. Cynthia's watch party and Anthony Pete read party, or is it the other way around? There's lots to come, lots of gaps that need filling, etc., etc., and many, many other things besides, and a couple more trips that I'm taking. Yes, by the way, I'm speaking at the what's it called, the UFO Paranormal Spiritual Conference, USC, next Saturday. If you can get tickets for that, the details are on her Panmo Voice. It's at the USC Lighthouse, and it's next Saturday. Okay, so it's next Saturday, which is the 14th. So please do get to that if you can. There's still tickets available. I'll be speaking in the afternoon at that particular event. In the meantime, thank you all of you for watching her Panmo TV. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity. Stop the New World Order.